Hi guys, welcome to my channel. So today we'll be giving you business owners some very vital important tips that will enable you stay in business in this period of inflation. Nigeria is currently experiencing the highest form of inflation we could ever imagine. This was not what we clamored for when we elected a president. However, what can we do? We are already in it and we are experiencing it. So what can you as a business owner do? Because of the inflation, it is not hard for business owner to meet up with societal demand. It is not hard with business owner to meet up with regulatory demand. It is hard for business owners to meet up with employees' demand. It is hard for a business owner to even meet up with any compliances whatsoever. Their profit that comes to them are being eroded. Their net profit, their revenue are being affected. And it's as if they are in business, but they are not in business. So what can you do as a business owner? The cost of procurement has gone up. It's not the money you use in buying something 5 years, 2 years ago that you are currently paying. What can you do as a business owner to be able to stay afloat in business in this period of inflation? We know that you are struggling. You are struggling for your operations to go on. You are struggling for things to go on. You are struggling for procurement to go on. You are all about every time thinking, oh, how can I improve? How can I improve? What can I do to improve? We have highlighted some very important tips for you that will enable you stay in business. One of the very important tips is for you to, one, monitor and adjust your pricings. We know that inflation has a way of eroding everybody's profits. Inflation has a way of eating into our pricing. So what are you doing as a business owner to monitor and adjust your pricing? You need to strategically reassess your pricing in order for you to stay afloat. How should you do this? Write a letter of price increase to all your vendors, to all your suppliers, to everybody that you know you provide services for. Write a letter of price adjustment and increase to them. Tell them that if you as a business owner, you are still billing what you were billing in 2 years ago and you're still billing it today, then you are running at a loss. You are operating to run at a loss. You should regularly adjust your pricing in order to meet up with the inflationary period. What should you do? Write a price increase letter. Tell them the reason, give out reasons why you are increasing your prices. Tell them that your operations can no longer go on. Your operations can no longer operate because it's as if you are operating just to provide services for them and you are not getting any return for the services you are providing. Tell them that this price increase letter is very crucial for you to be able to stay in business, for you to be able to provide that quality services that you normally provide for them. Tell them that it is needed for you. And when you've written that price increase letter, give it like 3 weeks or 2 weeks for the price increase letter to take effect, and make sure you factor in the inflation within those 3 weeks into the price increase letter. Not that you write a price increase letter today and tomorrow the price of raw materials had gone up. Make sure that within that 3 weeks, while writing a price increase letter, you factor everything in and then you send it to your clients, you send it to your customers, you send it to anybody that you are providing services for. You and I know that they will agree with you because it is not the way it was 2 years ago in Nigeria. That is how it is now. What is the second what is the second point? The second one is make sure you engage in procuring a favorable contract. Make sure you engage in negotiating a favorable contract. See, if you negotiate a contract today and you've gone back to do your analysis, to do your costing, to do everything, and you find out that that contract will be detrimental to you and your business, please, I am begging you, go back and renegotiate. Because when you renegotiate, there should be a clause in the contract that says that opens for renegotiation when parties knows that whatever they want to do is whatever that has been offered is below the market threshold. You should renegotiate. If you renegotiate, if you engage in negotiating a favorable contract, it will help you a lot. I know some of you will say, oh, let us just take this contract, let us just do these services. When we do this one, the one that is coming, we will endeavor to renegotiate. But when you go back and do your costing, when you go back and do your analysis, when you go back and do everything, you will see that contract you entered is not favorable. Instead of you to go back to your client and said, I have done my costing, I have done my analysis, I have done everything, and at the end of the day, there is no profit coming to me, I'm running at a loss, please let's renegotiate. No, you will go ahead and you execute the contract. When you execute the contract, you execute it competently and perfectly, and then the client will think, oh, this person's prices is so low, so we'll be using this client's and this vendor's prices. We'll be using this vendor for any business we want to do. And when the second contract comes, you want to renegotiate, you want to negotiate favorable to you. You want to renegotiate favorable to you. They will tell you, but your prices are becoming too outrageous. The last time you did it for us at this amount. The last time you did it for us at this amount. So it's not like you have putting them in a state of angst that they cannot even come out from. So whenever, this is a tip, whenever you know you have entered into a contract and the contract is not favorable to you, my dears, please endeavor to renegotiate. What's number 3 point? Number 3 is for you to engage in a focused cost control. A focused cost control. Engage in a focused cost control. Costs. Your costs. What is happening in your operations? Have you seen your operations? What is happening? A cost control is necessary for efficiency of operations. You need it for your operations to go on. What is happening in your operations? What are those things that you are spending money on that you're not supposed to spend money on? What are those things that you are doing that you're not supposed to be doing? Have you looked at your operation? Have you audited your operation? Have you taken a thorough look at your operations and you find out that, oh, this thing I'm doing, I can do away with it. When I do away with it, it's not going to have a negative effect whatsoever on my operations. This thing, this stuff, we can do away with it. When we do away with it, it's not going to have a negative effect on any staff. Cut down on costs. Some of you are so outrageous when you are doing procurement. You are so outrageous when you are doing Thank God It's Friday. You are so outrageous when you are doing anything. No, you need to cut down on costs. It will affect your revenue. It will affect your turnover at the end of the year if you don't engage in a cost control. You need to engage in a cost control. Number 4 is diversify into offering another service, a complementary services. What kind of services were you rendering before? What kind of services were you rendering out there? Is this service still in vogue or it has become archaic? Why not look into bringing up a complementary services and add to your business? When you bring up a complementary service and add to your business, you will see the way your company will elevate. You will see the way your operation will elevate. Were you doing just sewing for people before? Were you sewing clothes for people? What are you now doing now to make sure that, oh, when I add these services still within the clothing line, when I add it to it, it will enable me, it will catapult my business, it will put my business in the limelight positively. The world has transcended into doing one thing. What is your plan B? What is your plan C? What is your plan D? And what is your plan E with regards to the business that you're doing? So engage in diversifying into other business. What is number 5? Number 5 is endeavor to build a strong customer relationship. This one is very important. It is very, very important. If you don't build a strong customer relationship, your reputational damage, you cannot even fathom it. I had wanted to patronize a vendor like 2 months ago, and then I chatted the vendor up on Instagram and asked the vendor, how much is this particular thing? Can you give me the price aggregate, so that I will know what to pay, and how many days does it take for you to deliver? The vendor just said, okay, I was like, okay, what? I wanted to know because I have asked a question. I need a proper reply that will enable me make an informed decision. But the vendor just said, okay, okay, okay. And then that was it. I even went ahead. I was the one that calculated and her. And then at the end of the day, when even when she couldn't deliver, she couldn't even call me and tell me I can't deliver. First day, second day, third day, fourth day, she couldn't even call me that I can't deliver. So I was not the one following up. You shouldn't act like this. You shouldn't be lackadaisical when you're attending to your vendors, to your clients, to your customers. Build a very strong customer relationship, because a satisfied customer will escalate your reputation out there, and then we refer people to you that unsatisfied customer. Have you seen unsatisfied customer, the way they dent your reputation? You will be thinking, is this you? Oh, I just said okay. That matters a lot. When you want to reply to your clients, when you want to reply to your customers, when you want to reply to people that want to engage your services, make sure you are calm. Make sure your approach is nice. Make sure your approach is professional, and make sure your approach is not rude. Because one satisfied customer that goes about spreading the good word of your company, spreading the good word is better than anything with regards to reputation in an organization. Is the best reputation any organization can have. Thank you very much for listening to these vital important tips, and we hope you